What's up, everybody? Beautiful Saturday morning. Can't complain about that. Just for your viewing pleasure again. Let's see if I can get her in here. This is pretty much what our day will be like. Boo. Boo. Say hi. That's a hi. Anyway, on to today's topic. And to give credit where credit is due, because I do that, people. Self-Care Haven actually inspired this video. I'm sure you've seen her stuff before. Pretty good stuff. On another side note, recommendation, search on Facebook or YouTube Inner Integration. Super good videos by that lady. Anyway, on to the point. Today's topic, inspired by Self-Care Haven. Narcissists don't have standards. So what you'll see with a narcissist, this could be a sign too if you're dating. Maybe if you dig a little bit, look at their exes, you might see a lot. What you'll see with a narcissist is that the people they date are always vastly different, like completely and utterly different. They might go from dating, and all right, so I'm going to use a lot of stereotypes and stuff here. It's not to be offensive, it's just to provide a good example. They might go from dating like a white nerdy guy that is like an electronic engineer, right? And then discard him, and then next thing you know, they're with like this huge muscle bound black guy, and you look at it and you go, well, that's really fucking strange. Like, it's kind of weird, right? So what you see in normal people, neurotypical people, is they have a type. The people that they date fall within some kind of spectrum, some kind of band. And to give some examples of that, like I have a girlfriend, not a girlfriend, but a friend that is a female. I use the term girlfriend, like I'm gay. Another stereotype. But so she's really country, and she only dates country guys. So all the guys she dates are from out in the boondocks, and they all hunt, and they're all into fishing and all that sort of stuff. That's her type. That's just what she likes. I have another girlfriend that she's a very intellectual individual. She whenever she dates somebody, they're always, if I could say, well educated, seemingly, well dressed, kind of fratty type of individuals. That's just her type. I can name a million examples. When me for myself, I tend to go for more petite women that are open minded and chill, ideally. So I don't know how I got in the past relationship, but whatever. So what you see with normal people is their exes all kind of are on the same level. They're not bouncing around from these, like, just one end of the spectrum to the other. They're all kind of following the same kind of trend. What you see with the narcissist is really that they will date anybody. The narcs that I've known and the one that I dated, I mean, completely different people. Not even remotely the same. Nothing about them is the same. Just completely different people. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with dating different types of people, but it's not normal. It's not normal not to have a type. You can't, like, to me, to bouncing from one to the other, like, Mexican guy over here, bald white guy over here, to black guy over here, to guy covered in tattoos, to I've even seen some narcissists that will date, they're not even gay, and they'll date same sex people. So there's no correlation between, like, what you would perceive to be a standard at all. Period. And what's really another aspect that not this is one of the points that I would call my original. What one of the points that is so uh, damaging in the discard, and that of course when you get discarded, they've already got something lined up. They're already getting dick down somewhere, right? Um, is that when you find out about it and you look at the new person they're dating, they're polar opposite of you. And that's damaging to the victim just because they're like, she sat here and told me that she loved me for who I was, or he loved me for who I was, either way. And yet this new person is the polar opposite of me. That's just very damaging in general because it is confusing. You have that cognitive dissonance of, do they really love me? Because if they love the traits about me, that individual doesn't have any of those traits. Um, and it's also just demeaning too, on a level as well. To depending on what your core values are, um, and they go and date somebody with completely different core values. Clearly, it's just demeaning to you. It's like, wow, it just it just makes you feel like shit. You're like, this is. I guess I'm not good enough, or whatever. You get that kind of like just shitty mindset from it. Um, it also starts to raise a lot of questions in your head as well. And what I'm talking about in here is like quickly after discard, not years down the road like I am. But quickly after discard, I recall it distinctly being very confused of like, what the fuck? And also have the feeling of, I mean, to be bluntly honest, you have a feeling of like, wow, maybe I should have been more like this, or maybe I should have been more like that. Type of questioning yourself. So that was a hugely damaging part about it. Um, so anyway, to summarize, what you'll see is that they don't have standards. And someone's gonna bitch. But Nick, they do have standards. Yes, they have one, that they provide something. That's the only standard that they uphold. And that is exactly why they're capable of dating off the wall, random types of people. Um, they're not looking for someone that matches them. They're not looking for someone that agrees with their core values. They're not looking for specific types of individuals. Um, what they are looking for is someone to provide something: social status, money, free rent, you name it. I mean, whatever they can provide. Maybe adulation, attention, it doesn't matter. I legitimately, one of the exes, or I don't even know what the fuck it is now. I haven't worried about any of it, but one of the guys that dated my ex narc dated after me was solely so she could live for free. Solely. I mean, if you're a parasite, it's a really fucking good strategy. If I had nowhere to live, and I'm like, oh, this girl, she likes me, she wants to fuck me, and she'll let me live with her too? What? This is great. Anyway, these people, man. Oh, the more I know, the more hilarious it is, and the more sad it is at the same time. But yeah, so that's what you'll see. You're going to see, no standards, none. You just look at their history. And that was one of my favorite arguments with the narc, was when she would fucking, I don't know, talk about, I don't even remember what the arguments were about, but something. And I would always say, oh, that's what it was about. Like all her cheating and stuff. And then she'd be like, my cheating's done. I'm done cheating. And I'm like, well, the best indicator of future behavior is past behavior. And that would piss her the fuck off for sure. But point being there, the best indicator of past behavior is future behavior. So if you look at somebody's dating past and they're just obscure all over the wall, big black guy over here, white nerdy guy over here, you know, Mexican guy over here, Italian guy over there, like, and they all look vastly different, and they all have different interests, and they all have different core values, and they all care about different things. This guy wants to go to the club every night. This guy wants to go to the library. This guy does crack. This guy smokes weed all day. This guy, is an architect, a lawyer, like just complete, like everywhere, all over the place. Chances are they are probably narcissistic, or at least very troubled. Because really, what does that show? It shows you don't know what you want, and it also shows that you're dating people just for supply. So anyway, enjoy your Saturday. Sorry for rambling as usual. And say hi to Boo. She's so pretty.